Hey guys, Katra7 again. This time a review of the 1/44 scale Sandrock from the Gundam Wing series. And this is the new release version, which means that it also comes with a little figurine of Katra in his pose in the first opening of Gundam Wing. So putting this aside, and let's get on with the color scheme. So the colors we get are very light purple for his giant shoulder armor, the front skirts, the backpack, some of the accessories. Then we get a very dark gray, but kind of seems to have a green tint to it sometimes. The arms, that thing there, the body, and the back skirt. Then we also get a few yellow pieces, but unfortunately not enough to cover all our bases. We have them on the vents here, the things on his shoulder armor, and the V-fin. Also on the fangs on the shield, which is going to require a lot of painting because it's molded entirely in white. So are the legs, and we also have some white on the upper arms and the lower body there. And that's all for colors we're getting. All the rest are stickers, and those aren't the greatest either. Starting off with the shield, we have two eyes. Yeah, and when we look at the manual here, the shield has a lot of colors, and it's just plain white. So fantastic job there. Then for some reason, I have to say the gold here is very shiny, whereas the yellow pieces we get are very matte. And these two are supposed to be the same color. They're not even close to being the same color. Like, what made them think that was a good idea? Also, no yellow on the backpack, or gold, since they apparently want to give us gold stickers. Moving on, all of the other stickers are also this weird metallic-y, shiny stuff. The red ones here, also shiny, two red ones. We have a metallic green one here, which is actually acceptable. The chin sticker is also shiny metallic, and surprisingly enough, stays on pretty well. I haven't touched it ever since I applied it. And I applied it a few days ago, so that seems to be staying on very well. And then we also have metallic ones for the eyes. Once again, here it's not a problem. We have a metallic one for the main camera, and that's about the gist of it. So overall, the color scheme is exactly as we'd expect from a 90s Gundam Wing model kit in 1/44 scale. You're gonna require a lot of painting. The feet will require some white. All of that yellow is definitely gonna need painting, because this just looks kind of jarring. And a lot of painting is gonna have to be done, especially on the shield, which is just a white piece of plastic with a few stickers on it. Moving on to articulation, and that's once again not gonna blow your mind. The head kind of jitters around, goes a bit up, a bit down, but really almost nothing at all. Will rotate around all the way. Whoopie freaking do. Go arms, rotate around all the way. Go up about that far, not a lot. Will rotate around below the elbow and feels kind of solid, so be careful. These are the pegs that break very easily. Arms go up 90. Ooh, that didn't feel so good. Seems like there's some kind of bump to get over to get it to bend 90 degrees. That's probably gonna wear on that little peg. Oof. Really doesn't feel great. Hands will wiggle around, turn around, and do everything a ball joint does. Then waist articulation, wait for it, all the way around. Gotta give it credit for that. Then front skirts go up about that far. You can push it a bit further like that. And then the legs go up about that far, which isn't too bad. Go backwards about that far. Once again, that is acceptable because of the back skirt. Side skirts go out about that far, and well, they go a bit out. Legs are double jointed, and they give a bit over 90 degrees. But you can't really see it because the back skirt kind of blocks it. Then the feet go forwards, backwards, side to side, and will rotate around a bit. So the articulation, it's not atrocious. It's pretty much what you'd expect from a 90s model kit. Also, one thing I have to say is the stickers on the side skirts here and on the front skirts, because of the articulation, they will sometimes undo themselves because they're rubbing against each other. Like you can see here, like you see there, that's already kind of starting to go off. So yeah, be careful for those stickers, especially on the backpack. On the back skirt, they really rub against each other. So you might want to paint that, and even if you're going to paint it, be careful because the paint will definitely scrape off. And now, believe it or not, we're actually getting to the highlight of this model kit, the accessories. I wasn't being sarcastic, believe it or not. And here we have the shield. Well, it makes it really hard to believe I wasn't being sarcastic, right? So the shield goes onto the arm. It sits there very snugly. And then when we push it in all the way, it's not going to rotate around as much. Or we can put it on the backpack. There we go. That's going to come in handy later on. Also mounts on the right hand. Then his signature weapon, the heat shuttles. And we put it in here. There we go. And in there. And I have to say, they did a very good job with these. They look exactly as they should. They're only molded in one color, the light purple, but they look exactly as they should. They look nice. They're intimidating. They're big. They're what they should be. I'm impressed. And if you don't want to put them in here, and this is why I said that this is Sandrock's highlight, because you see that there are little joints in there. So what you do is you simply put them on here for storage, and then they will go in and out pretty far. So now they're just storage, nothing too special going on, but the backpack is made to be removable, pulling it out. And you can see there are these thrusters here for extra damage, and then you can mount the entire thing on the arm. And this is a really cool feature. Now you have this giant grappling claw, and if you grapple onto him, not only can you crush him to pieces, you can blast him to pieces. Also, these eyes do some kind of blinding thing, so you can blind him, grab him, crush him, and blast him. That's brutal. And like I said, the coolest thing is you can also put one on the right arm. So if for some reason you want to buy 2 of these, Sandrock means business. And if you buy 3 of them, he can still have his thrusters on his backpack. And that's still not everything, because we're also getting a submachine gun. It's not a lot, but it's cool that they included such a small thing. He didn't really use it a lot in the anime, so I'm honestly surprised they gave it to him in this model kit. So fits in the hand perfectly. Can remove it and even store it on the backpack. Like I said, accessories on this machine are really quite impressive. And the fun factor is definitely there. And then the final accessory, as I've already shown, is the Katra figurine. And zooming in on this thing, because it's actually very detailed, for especially when we compare it to the Sandrock. But then again, this was released 4 years after the old release. And when you look at it, all the fingers are individually, well, they have the lines to show the fingers individually. Even the feet, they're there individually. And really, the figurine is pretty beautiful for what it is, and really shows the character very well. It even comes with a display base saying Katra Robaba Winner in Japanese. And overall, this is a very nice thing. And if we're gonna paint it, this is definitely gonna look really nice. As always, the inevitable question is, do you want to buy this? And well, that's quite a difficult question to answer given a lot of things. First of all, as a Gundam Wing model kit, a 1/44 scale, it's not that bad of a model kit, especially when compared to some of the other ones like the heavy arms here or the Talagis, which was especially bad. This is actually one of the better Gundam Wing models like the V8 and Mercurius. And even the face doesn't look that bad. It's not as dopey as some of the others, like the heavy arms here. It's definitely not bad as looking by any stretch of the imagination, but it gets a pass. That's definitely not something that can be said for the majority of the Gundam Wing models in 1/44 scale. On top of that, at the moment, this is the only way to get Sandrock in model kit form in any way. So that's also a thing. On top of that, it actually has a few nice features going on for it. It has the gimmicks and they work. It has a really nice claw system going on. It even has the little submachine gun, which is a nice extra to get with Sandrock. So it does some good things. The problem, however, is it's still one of the old Gundam Wing models, and it shows. You're gonna have to do a lot of painting to make it look good. The articulation is kinda nah. Exactly as you'd expect it to be, so it's pretty standard for the time, but it definitely hasn't aged that well. And the final thing that absolutely puts the final nail in the coffin of this thing is the recent announcement of the Air Master in 1/44 scale high grade after war. Meaning that the side Gundams will eventually all get their own high grades. So unless you really must have a Sandrock right now, this instant, wait a bit. It might be a year, it might even be 2 years, but we will eventually get a high grade Sandrock. All because of the announcement of the Air Master. Mark my words, we're gonna get the side Gundams. Of course, they're also gonna do the side Gundams of Gundam Wing. And that's really what eventually means that you should not buy this model kit, simply because we will get a better equivalent in maybe a year, maybe 2 years, and you know how it's gonna be. You're gonna buy the model kit, and next week they're gonna announce the upgraded version of this model kit. So yeah, that's always how luck works. But still, it's not a bad thing for the figurine to get. And hey, if you really want to Katra, if you want a Sandrock right now, for 100 yen, this thingy is included. So 600 yen for this bundle. It's still not too bad of a deal to have a nostalgia rush. And hey, some weird part of me wants to buy a second one just to have the claws on both arms. But that's probably because I'm a bit weird, or because I've been watching too much Build Fighters, one or the other. Now finally, for some size comparisons, here is next to heavy arms, and let's immediately put into contrast why he hasn't aged that well with the high grade After Colony Wing Gundam. By the way, Wing Gundam is too big, Sandrock is actually accurately proportioned. Then let's put him next to the Jim Customer, a standard size mole suit, and as you can see, this is why I said that Sandrock is accurately proportioned, because that's about the way he should be. So that's another bonus for this older kit. But talking about proportions, let's put him next to his arch nemesis, the Leo. And unfortunately, because of the head that's not that badass looking, the Leo looks like he's gonna beat up Sandrock rather than the other way around. And finally, Sandrock is kind of known as the more bulky one of the original 5 Gundams, so here he is next to the Zaku 3. And that's all for this review, and see you guys next time.